couldn't talk peace with me. They tried, and I was like, nigga, this schoolyard.
It's your boy Crypto Blood, and I want to introduce you guys to a new exchange, BitYard. They do cryptocurrency contracts. If you're like me, an active trader, you're probably sick of the market manipulations, forced liquidations, accurate Bitcoin reference rates over at BitYard with K-line weighted averages, no VPN hassle, available for U.S. citizens, and fully regulated in Singapore, Australia, Estonia, and the U.S. Profit losses are all in USD as well, and no fees with U.S. withdrawals. And most importantly, you can do deposits with fiat, unlike BitMEX. You can't do that, right? So check out bityard.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is June 30th, the last day of the month. Shout out to my man 10 Pound Sterling. You probably seen him on many of my off the chain episodes. He wanted to hear Army of the Pharaohs, Gorillas. Thanks for the song request. This is from back 6 months ago. So finally getting to some of those non-premium member song requests. So again, thank you for the song request, brother. Hope you guys doing well today. Welcome to another episode. Today we are looking at what happened to Compound. Yes, COMP just launched on Coinbase. But listen, it synced 40% in 1 week. I think it launched today on Coinbase. But look at this, 40% down, not a bad concept for the Compound token and this DeFi platform. So we're gonna take a look at this, and I'm gonna give you my 2 Satoshis on it. I think this may be a good play. You know, you wanna buy when it's down. You don't wanna buy tokens when they're ripping up 20, 30% at its peak, possibly at its peak. You wanna buy when they're low, especially if they have a good concept. And DeFi is winning right now. So we're gonna look at Compound here in a second. Also, an update for you regarding the EU, UK, MCO Visa cards for Crypto.com. They've actually been reactivated. I'm going to explain to you why they were reactivated here. Lastly, TikTok. That's the main subject for today. TikTok may be snooping on your Bitcoin addresses via clipboard data. We'll look into this. I think I actually tweeted this out yesterday regarding TikTok and some of the exploits that have been found, but we'll take a look at how this clipboard data could be a security threat in regards to you copying your Bitcoin addresses to and fro. So we'll take a look at all 3 articles on today's episode. But before we start, if you guys find these types of videos informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. And this episode is brought to you by Dudex. Don't forget to sign up for that Dudex giveaway. I'm giving away 50 USDT tokens to the highest volume trader in the last 2 weeks. And I gave away 50 USDT last week. So don't forget to sign up with Dudex and start trading. I'll leave the link in the description below. But next Tuesday, I will be picking the next winner. So it's easy. That person only traded like 150 bucks worth of volume and they got 50 bucks back. So just beat that and hopefully that's enough. Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't looked at the list lately, but I'll be able to check and see who has the highest volume in the last 2 weeks, and I'll be sending you another 50 USDT tokens. So sign up today, start trading. They have a great platform over there. Just added Ether as well. So check them out, dudex.com. All right, let's take a look at the heat map for today. Bitcoin is up almost 1% to 9,171 bucks. We've got Ethereum up 1.3% to 226 bucks. Litecoin down though just about a third of a percent to $41.42. But other than that, most of the altcoins are in the green, at least around 1% or even more in some cases. XLM is up over 5% today, and Celsius is doing well, one of those DeFi tokens, up 13%. I put a tweet out last night and I was thinking about this. You know, if the crypto markets do end up taking off, guys, I think that you're going to see yields drop dramatically. And I was just saying in the tweet that you're going to look back on these yields that you get in DeFi tokens and wish you were still getting those types of returns. Yields will drop so I think that yields will drop as the bull market heats up, but the prices of those DeFi tokens I think will move up as well. So it should even out for us, but DeFi is here to stay. I think it is a great tool to hedge yourself against in the event of a bear market in the cryptos. But as we currently stand, I drew some trend lines here, and as you can see, we broke above that downward facing trend line yesterday. That's a critical area. As you see, we tried to test the backside of that. That's good news to see price action and the wick occur right on the top side of this trend line. So we should now head for this trend line here around 9,300 and then finally make a decision on whether or not we're going to move higher and breach back above 94.63. That's the major area we got to get above. We haven't been able to sustain ourselves above there for much of maybe 2 or 3 days max, and that was back here. So we'll see what happens, but overall looking fairly good at this moment. Let's take a look at the first update I want to give you guys. That's the EU UK MCO Visa card that's been reactivated. And so if you don't know the background on this particular situation, Wirecard, a German-based company, was padding their numbers over $2.1 billion, and they actually got caught. The CEO was kicked out. He's actually in custody right now. So a big crazy shakeup at Wirecard, and they supplied the Visa cards for many of the crypto debit cards out there, Crypto.com being one included. But it looks like the FCA out of the UK has lifted that ban on them actually operating. So it looks like on June 29th, the FCA provided written consent to allow Wirecard UK to resume payment services. The restrictions on the activities were lifted on June 30th. That's today, earlier today. And they have resumed operations, that is Crypto.com. So just wanted to kindly note that since card balances were refunded to those users, you will have to top your cards back up. Just wanted to give you guys an update on that. Quick one there. So things are back up and running for those UK users. US users were never affected. I don't know if they were using a different company or what, but I was still able to use my card. So all good there. Let's go ahead and take a look at Compound. This is a DeFi token. It was actually listed on Coinbase yesterday. But look, following a huge surge to almost $400 a token, Compound is heading back down to earth and a more realistic valuation. The token has only been trading for about 2 weeks, and it's already just outside the top 20 cryptocurrencies by market cap. But anyone joining the DeFi party now may have missed out on the top. Today, at the time of recording, Comp was down over 10%, and that's during a trading day when most other coins saw marginal gains. Compound's governance token is now trading for around $235, a drop of nearly 40% from its all-time highs of 382. It initially went trading on June 15th after users of the Compound lending platform began earning Comp tokens. Later that same week, San Francisco-based crypto exchange Coinbase, an early investor in Comp, listed the Comp token on its pro trading platform. By the end of the week, Comp's price had soared more than 300%. Since then, however, Comp's price has been on a steady descent back down to earth. While the Coinbase effect may have brought it back from its depths of $208 when the exchange announced last week that it would be listing Comp across all its platforms, the days of $200+ Compound tokens may be numbered. Even as Compound hits milestones like 1 billion in token value locked and Comp gets listed on more and more exchanges, some analysts believe the token is severely overpriced. According to former multi-coin capital principal Tony Hsieh, even Compound's own team believes Comp is overvalued at $200. Hsieh argued in a blog post last week that the way in which Comp was listed and distributed has caused continuous and intense selling pressure on the token. And what's more, roughly 40% of all Comp tokens are still held by the Comp team. It's going to be a bumpy road, he said, just as investors lost their shirts buying into the outlandish promises of the ICO era. So too will investors in the DeFi era lose their shirts, underappreciating the risks of illiquid markets and corruptible oracles. And so there you go. It's actually down over 50% from all-time highs. And to me, yes, you may see some downside, some further downside from here. But again, I'm not telling you to buy Comp. I'm just saying look at the coins or tokens that have a good business model, which Comp does. Because, you know, on the surface, Compound does resemble other decentralized lending platforms or protocols in that it uses crypto assets as collateral to borrow more cryptos. But where Compound really differentiates itself from other DeFi platforms, guys, is that it tokenizes the assets locked in their system through the use of a C token. Compound tokens or C tokens are simply ERC20 tokens representing a user's funds deposited in Compound. But by putting ETH or another ERC20 like USDC in the protocol, users get an equivalent amount of C tokens. For example, locking up USDC in a protocol generates CUSD tokens, which automatically earn interest for you. At any time, you can redeem your CUSD tokens for normal USDC tokens plus interest paid. Each asset has its own market, and the amount of supply or demand in the market determines the interest rates. how much money your C tokens will accumulate over time. And one other thing to point out is that when a user locks his assets, they are converted into that token and they can move them around. That's the key thing about that. They can move them to wherever they want, any other decentralized application. That is kind of the key component that differentiates itself from a lot of these other DeFi platforms. But hey, I mean, maybe an opportunity there. Not saying the right prices now, but again, you never want to buy on the highs. You want to buy on the lows, especially if it's not like a scam or anything. There may be some upside to have with this coin. Those who use Coinbase can easily buy it there, and they're available at Compound's website as well. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Man, 40% drop is some drop, especially after being listed on the Coinbase retail side. Lastly, the main topic for today, TikTok may be snooping on your Bitcoin addresses. So where this really came into light was Apple's iOS 14 developer beta made it more obvious than ever that many popular iOS apps are reading your clipboard data even when they have no clear reason to. And they can do so from other nearby Apple devices too. The alarm was first sounded back in March when researchers reported that social video sensation TikTok and dozens of other apps were regularly recalling data from the iOS and iPad OS clipboard even when you're not in a text input box. And as one report pointed out, the data could potentially include Bitcoin addresses or other sensitive financial data. iOS 14 beta releases includes an alert that now tells users when another app is copying data from their clipboard. As a viral video shared on Twitter last week shows, TikTok in particular is requesting data every couple of keystrokes, yet it was not initiated by the user, nor is it being pasted in the field. Apple's various modern devices, including iPhones, iPads, and Mac computers, also share a universal clipboard feature. When the devices that share an Apple ID are in a close proximity, they can read the clipboard data from others. This is crazy in case you want to paste something from one device to another. Absolutely insane. The researchers also identified more than 50 major apps this spring that utilizes the functionality, ranging from the aforementioned TikTok, which has an estimated 800 million users, to news apps such as the New York Times, CBS News, and Fox News, and also games like Bejeweled and PUBG Mobile. It was also told that only 2 other apps out of the 50 plus major apps identified in March, Hotel Night and 10% Happier, changed the functionality thereafter. However, now that iOS 14 beta has implemented the warning, developers may be more motivated to avoid alarming potential millions of users once iOS 14 rolls out publicly. That's good that they added that in the iOS 14 operating system. You know what this does? This should be a perfect illustration, an example of why you should not keep a majority of your coins on a mobile device. And I actually have another article that talks about this. Came from actually the CTO of Ledger, that explained why smartphones won't ever be fully safe for using crypto. Maybe I'll touch on that on another date, but yeah, just be safe out there. Don't keep all your eggs in one basket. Make sure you have some hard wallets you're using. Spread that crypto wealth around. But in the meantime, delete TikTok, please. I know you won't. I haven't used that app yet. I know it's been such a craze, but I barely use Instagram, so you definitely won't find Crypto Blood on TikTok. But that's pretty much it for today, ladies and gents. Shout out again to 10 pounds sterling for the song request. And don't forget, today is the last day to buy cryptos at 0% credit card fees on crypto.com. You may want to take advantage of that. Use the link in the description below and use that promo code to get $50 back after purchasing. And if you found this video informative, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Click that bell to receive more videos like this. I'm out of here, people. Holla!